and the 2 seed. Pick it up with 13 minutes left in the first half. Blake Griffin, half human, half tree. OU up big thanks to their big man. A minute later, Griffin. Oh, jeez. OU by 6. He truly was unstoppable in this game with a steal and finishes. 9 minutes left in the half. Hey, remember Anthony Wright? Yeah. 12 points at the half. That tied his season high. He ended up with 14 on the game, but here's Wright with a pull-up 3, and the Wolverines down just 1 point at the half. Second half now, 16 minutes left. Oklahoma has a 7-point lead, and it's Blake Griffin catching on the block and scoring, and then doesn't matter if he's got a double team. He's just going to plow through him and off the glass and in, and then pretty good with the legs, too. Oh! He goes 14 of 20 on the day, 33 points and 17 rebounds. And a mouthpiece. 8 minutes left in the game. It's a 10-point lead for OU. Here's C.J. Lee for 3. No. Anthony Wright, yes! A minute later, C.J. Lee, I'll take the 3 from this point and make it. That's fine. 11 points on the day. Deshaun Sims, 14 for him. And the Wolverines are within 3. 2.5 to play. The lead is 7. And, oh, Blake Griffin. How about that? Sooners go up 9. They hold on to win 73-63. They open the second half on an 8-0 run and never really looked back. Griffin becomes the first player since Nick Collison in 2003 to have 30 points and 15 boards in a tournament game. Manny Harris fouled out with 11 points, a little bit better in the second half. The first half, he only played 5 minutes, only had 2 points. The season comes to a close for John Beilein in Portland. Matt Painter's team opens the game on a 20-8 run, and they had a nice lead. Final seconds of the first half. Here's Jawan Johnson. He had 11 at the half, and that's what the lead was for Super Duper. Second half, Quincy Pondexter. Drives, spins, throws it up and in. 20 points and 11 boards for Pondexter. Washington down 7. Here's Elston Turner. Nice fake and then drills it. It's a 4-point game. Boilers up just 2 now, under 7 minutes to go. Etwan Moore off to Johnson underneath. That dunk is one of his favorite moves. Next Purdue possession. Keaton Grant to Moore. To Johnson. Gets the foul as well. 22 points on the night for Johnson. Huskies down 6, 5 minutes left. It's Zeke. Isaiah Thomas driving and finishing high off the glass. He had a game-high 24 points. Made the free throw as well. Washington down 4, under 2 minutes to go. John Brockman was enormous. 20 points and 17 rebounds. But look at the defense now by Johnson. Under about a minute to play. There's a block. And then Johnson, there's another block. 4 in the game, 2 in the last minute for Jawan. Under 30 ticks to go. More drives. No. Here's Washington coming the other way. Isaiah Thomas in the lane. Can't get the roll. Chris Kramer and company are pumped because Purdue wins a squeaker, 76-74, which stops their streak of 3 straight losses in the second round of the NCAA tournament. They held Washington to 2 points in the first 5 minutes of the game when they built their lead and just were able to hold on to it at the end. Moore ends with 14 and 6 assists. Hummel, 7 points, 8 boards. Keaton Grant, a double-double, 10 points and 11 boards. Matt Painter knows how important getting out to that early lead was.
16 for a 5th time in 11 years. Late second half, under 2.5 to play. Josh Heidfeld down low. It's a 3-point play at 10 and 6, and Gonzaga's up 9. Cue the Hilltoppers rally. Stephen Gray throws the basketball away. A.J. Slaughter picks it up. Same sequence, Orlando Mendez-Valdez, 7 for 10 from DP Little, scores with 25. Western Kentucky down 4. That's the count with just over a minute to go. Matt Bolden slips. Both teams dive for the rock. Stephen Pettigrew. And the Hilltoppers pull within 2, under 15 to go. Slaughter, the jumper, no. Pettigrew, the putback, yes, and we're tied at 81. Gonzaga inbounding right away. The freshman, Dimitri Goodson. 2 of his 4 points, ginormous. Goodson says he was surprised to get that look. He's money, and his Zags advance.
Looked up on the clock, saw like 7 seconds. Started dribbling. Parker was calling for it, but I just kept going down and saw the lane, drove, took the shot, and made it. It just feels good.
we're just happy to survive and advance. You know what? And we're going to celebrate this thing tonight, and then we'll start picking things apart and worrying about what we need to work on tomorrow and get after it next week. But we survived a red-hot basketball.
East Region 2 seed Duke against Texas in a very good basketball game. Mike Krzyzewski's guys trying to get back to the Sweet 16. Kyle Singler crashing the boards. Duke up too late. Under 45 seconds, Damian James for the lead. Goes halfway down and pops back out. Then A.J. Abrams, no. The follow looks good, but it rolls off as well. And then John Shire just flips it back down court, buys a little time, and we got a foul on Texas. That sends Duke to the line. Elliott Williams misses both foul shots, but here it comes. And Gerald Henderson has the ball. Duke back in the Sweet 16 for the first time in 3 years.
I'm so happy for our guys. They've been such a good team to coach. I love my team immensely, and I'm happy for them, and especially after beating such a good team. I mean, Rick's team is just a very, very good basketball team.
You know, well, for us, it's not about what other people feel, how other people feel about, you know, how we should do in the tournament or anything. We have our expectations, obviously, and you know, for us, you know, with these guys right next to me, it feels really good to get this win with them, and obviously we expected to win this.
And then Ty Lawson's much-anticipated return for the Heels against LSU. Roy said he had to practice Friday. There'd be no swelling, and the pregame was okay. It checked out, and so the ACC Player of the Year, who had missed 3 games back in action, Lawson, running the baseline here, gets the feed, and a little bit of rush showing here in the first half, and a little bit of a scare as well later in the half. He steps on the foot of teammate Wayne Ellington, re-injures that toe momentarily. The pain is apparent as he goes to the bench. He returned to the game. Eventually, Lawson played 31 minutes and the best of it in the second half. Midway through that half, Carolina down by a point to LSU. Look at this drive and the reverse, and the Heels take the lead. Inside 8 minutes, it is a 1-point game. Lawson in the paint, and the contact converts the old-fashioned 3-point play, and it's a 7-point game inside 6 minutes. The killer crossover. The crowd ate this up. Oh, they loved it there. Carolina by 14. Lawson 23-21 in the first half. And what about that first half scare, Coach?
But he said he felt a really sharp pain, and it went away quickly. I did not know if he was going to be able to come back in the game or not, and I sent Coach Holliday down during the game action to check with our trainer, and he said, yeah, he's going to be fine, so he was ready to go at any time.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I told you guys he just had jammed toe. There's nothing wrong with him.
I've kidded the little fella. I've called him Dennis the Menace, and that's exactly who he is, but I've never seen Dennis the Menace as tough as I saw him today.
They did not wait for UCLA, playing essentially a home game as a 3 seed. 5 minutes in, they're up by 4. Corey Fisher slicing for the circus shot, and the Wildcats build a 6-point lead. Late in the first half, inside 3, the Wildcats up 12. Scott, he rattled for the 3. It's a 13-point game at halftime. They kept the hammer down against this 3-time Final Four team in the second half. Exhibit A, look at this hustle. Dwayne Anderson diving for the steal. Villanova rolls by 20. The first postseason meeting of these teams since the 71 title. George Blaney, his lead assistant, that led him to a 56-point win over Chattanooga. This was over early against Texas A&M, early and often. A.J. Price, the 3 in transition. Price at 27. J.F. Adrian had 23. UConn rolls to the Sweet 16 for the 12th time under Jim Calhoun in that late-season UConn slump. It's over and out.
The reason we were a #1 seed is on the body of our work. And it goes back to Gonzaga. It goes back to every single thing we do. I would have not been a coach who could complain because we lost one of the best players in the league. And yet we've been able to rebound and now win some basketball games, certainly very impressively, without him.
Well, there should be a message sent showing that we are a good team. We've had a great year thus far. Throughout the year, we've proved that we are a good team. And for anyone to question we were #1 seed, I think we answered those questions by playing hard and showing people that we can be good.
Maryland and Memphis, the 10-2 matchup. The Tigers had won 26 straight coming in. Gravis Vasquez said Memphis would have a losing record in the ACC. Well, not if Donnell Mack gets looks like this. Vasquez doesn't pick up Mack, all alone in the corner. The Tigers find him. He finds the bottom of the bucket, and Memphis easy, 89-70.
Cardinals and Rick Pitino trying to go to the Sweet 16 for the third time in 5 years. Oh, shot clock's running out. That's going to be a turnover.
Whoops.
Or a basket. Preston Knowles is the only bucket of the game. How about Alex Franklin inside, Digger?
He's unbelievable. Great move to the hoop, getting it done. Siena would not go away once they came back and tied this game.
They came roaring back, had it locked up at 59. A turnover. Ronald Moore, the hero of the first round game, finding Clarence Jackson. A 12-0 run by the Saints, hoping to go marching into the Sweet 16. But guess who's there, Hubert?
Look at Earl Clark. He's a fantastic player. Stepped up big and knocked down that 15-foot jump shot.
And then stepping out, Kenny Hasbrook misses. Terrence Williams had a huge game, 24, 15, and 4 assists. Clark 12 and 12, and Louisville 79-72. Pitino on answering the Saints' run. Into the Sweet 16 in the West, 3-6 matchup, Marquette and Missouri. Marquette, an inspiration as Dominic James, coming back from that broken foot less than a month ago, supposed to be done for the season. Just had an assist and a rebound, but he gave his club a lift emotionally. Marquette was up 75-74 late. Lazar Hayward, strong.
And what?
Marquette up by 4 after the free throw, trying to take down the 3 seed, the Big 12 tournament champions, but Leo Lions. And one less than a minute to go. Now we're tied. J.T. Tiller.
Yeah, high pick and roll, went strong to the hole. Looked like an N1 situation. Missed it, got to the free throw line.
And that was where Kim English came off the bench to knock down the free throws. Here's the key play. Lazar Hayward steps over the baseline. That is a turnover. Frustration for the Golden Eagles as their last chance goes awry, and Missouri advances 83-79. Mizzou going to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2002. They went to the Elite Eight then. Mike Anderson, knowing that the costly mistake by Hayward late was key. He was unbeaten on the season at 9-0, taking on the 2-seed Michigan State. 1-point game. This went back and forth all day. Raymar Morgan deflected by Daniel Hackett. The freshman DeMar DeRozan to dunk.
Ooh, 18 big points for him.
Sparty goes up by 2. Dwight Lewis the steal and the baptism easily. 19 points were tied at 67. The ensuing state possession, Kalen Lucas, Travis Walton, toughness. Walton again. Spartans win it 74-69 behind Walton's career-high 18. West, Dayton taking on Kansas. Dayton, of course, had knocked out West Virginia. Cole Aldridge, close to his hometown. He's from Minnesota and playing in Minneapolis. Oh, Sharon Collins strong. He had 25. Rock chalk by 10. Aldridge strong on defense all day, HD.
Oh, he was absolutely terrific. And what I love about his block shots, he kept it in play and allowed Kansas to get in transition.
Got his own rebound a few times, too. 13 points and 20 rebounds. Kansas up by 4. Dayton wanted to score, and Aldridge will have none of it. No beans.
10 blocks in this game. Oh.
Right? No beans. No pinto beans. No black beans.
Whoops.
No red beans.
And no points.
No beans. Aldridge, 10 blocks. He had a triple-double. Last guy to have a triple-double that included blocks, Daddy. His Shaq-nificance. There was a lot less of Shaq back then in 1992.
I don't even recognize him.
Who is that guy?
Who is that guy?
Lean, mean, shot-blocking machine. Shaq also had 26 points, 13 rebounds. Aldridge, that triple-double, career-high 10 blocks in Kansas. Reigning national champions, going on to the Sweet 16 after the 17-point win. Pittsburgh taking on Oklahoma State. The pregame Pitt tradition is to dance, and Sam Young is the guy, Digger, who got them in rhythm in the first half.
Did he ever. Sam Young ends up with 32 points, but 23 in the first half, taking over this game.
The big fella who can do it inside and outside, and off the turnover, Ashton Gibbs knows who to get it to. There's Young on the business end. First half, though, Oklahoma State was keeping pace. Pitt downfield, 3. Levance Fields misses, and everybody hits the snooze button. It was a 1-and-1. Levance Fields out-hustles everybody.
What's amazing, 18 for 33. Both teams in that first half. No one's guarding threes.
And then Fields hits the 3, but the 49 points that Pitt allowed, the most they'd given up in any half this season. Pittsburgh up by 5 in the second half. That is a sweet look to DeJuan Blair.
Well, they stepped it up defensively, and they got the ball down low to DeJuan Blair, and also Levance Fields stepped it up offensively. Beautiful drive and one situation.
He beats Byron Eaton there. The matchup with the Bulldogs, the spark plugs, the fire hydrants, the John Bagley.
Clutch. End of the game.
Fields knocking one down. There's Levance. No, look who's there. Big DeJuan Blair, 84-76. Jamie Dixon on how the Panthers answered that first half surge. Xavier These two teams coming out of the East. Wisconsin, a 12 seed, knocked off Florida State. Jamel McLean.
Ooh.
Thank you very much. X by 3. X still by 3. Here's Anderson again looking. And there's McLean. He's dunking on everybody. And then C.J. Anderson, C.J. to B.J. Raymond, C the 3, B the 3. He had 15. X going to the 16. They win it 60-49. Here's Sean Miller on the bench.
I go back to our bench: Terrell Holloway, Brad Redford, Jamel McLean, and Kenny Freeze in particular inside. Those 4 players off our bench, we've counted on them all year, did an excellent job at both ends and allowed us, I think, to wear Wisconsin down a little bit in the second half.
When you're playing from behind, it gets, unless you've ever been in the arena and know what it's like, everything speeds up a little bit, and some guys handle that a little better than others. And we've had some times where guys stepped up in there and made some big shots, and meaning shots playing from behind, put it in position, just like we did against Florida State this afternoon.
State and Syracuse. Johnny Flynn, the dynamic point guard, buddies with the star James Harden of the Sun Devils. Flynn had 7 assists, one Derek Devendorf who drains to 3. In the ensuing Syracuse possession, Devendorf, Andy Routen's found in that time. Devendorf had 21 to Q, 78-61. Boeheim pleased with the way they attacked the Arizona State zone. It's cross-state rival Arizona, 12 seed, taking on Cleveland State, 13 seeds, 1-6 all time against 12. Oh, Chase Budinger. He's a volleyball player. He's got an unbelievable vertical leap. Nick Wise, this time to Jordan Hill with the punch.
Vertical leap?
Well, it was good enough. He's a little bit taller than Chase. 8 assists for Wise. He had 21 points. Kyle Fogg, Jamel Horn had a good game, too. Double figures there. Jordan Hill, 16 points, 9 rebounds. Arizona to the Sweet 16.
Making it to the Sweet 16, it feels great for us. We have the team to do it, and we're showing that we're a lot better than what people thought of us.
Coach Pendle's dad, Coach Dewey, they were talking in their coaching staff meeting, and he told them that we would be in the Sweet 16, and that was 5 weeks ago.
To see them happy, looking forward to playing again next weekend, that's where I'm getting my joy right now, and I'm sure as I reflect on the flight home, it may kind of sink in that, I'm going to be coaching next weekend in the Sweet 16.
We know we can be here. We have the talent to do it, so we're just proving it now, and, we're peaking at the right time.